Good morning again, boat lovers. It is a brilliant day today, perfect for boat building. So I'm about to get into the shed, gonna get all dirty and start laying the floor from the wheelhouse back to the aft cabin. An exciting week. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It's a big job, but it's gonna look fantastic, so can't wait to get started. Hello boat lovers, welcome aboard. I'm Steve and I'm single-handedly building Dragonfly. She's a 53 foot or 16.2 metre flat bottom wooden riverboat. She includes twin outboards, aft cabin, galley, a saloon, wheelhouse, separate head and shower, and a centerline queen double up front. She's specifically designed for the sheltered and inland waters of the River Murray here in South Australia. Join us each week to watch the mayhem and madness of one man and his rescue dog building a massive 53 foot flat bottom wooden riverboat. Definitely starting to look like a boat. Can't wait to get this floor in place. It's been a long time coming. There we are. I'm going to rip all this down this morning, put it through the thicknesser, and then start measuring out. Of course I have to sand the floor first, but that's not too bad because I'm leaning down on the sander with the orbital, so I'll get that all cleaned up, make sure there's nothing in the boat, give myself a bit of space. Whew. Then I have to mark out under the stairs here where I'm going to cut out that hatch and work out exactly how I'm going to do that. Later on I'll make a couple of panels that go here. That's going to hold the head of my air conditioning units, this side of the wheelhouse and the other side. But that's going to get put in after the floor's down. We're going to turn that into that. That's the plan anyway, so all looking quite good. So it's about 8 AM in the morning and it's going to get quite warm today, probably about 30 degrees, 31 degrees. So it might warm up in here this afternoon, but certainly this morning until lunchtime or until about 1 o'clock, I should be able to make a good start. Onward and upward. Alrighty folks, so first thing I have to do is take these stairs off. They're just held on by a couple of screws here. So I take these off and then I have to find the spacings where I honeycombed the floor so I can mark and cut out a hole or a hatch if you like where the bilge pump is going to go, which is down under here. I've already put some preliminary piping and stuff in place so as when the bilge pump's in there, the piping or the outlet for the bilge pump can go through the wheelhouse and then out through the side of the boat. This is a good spot for the bilge pump because it's out of the way of everything, but it's also accessible if I need to check it. I guess that's the first thing. Take these steps off. Hopefully I can see the screw line on the floor of where I screwed all this floor down. I should be able to mark out exactly where this hatch needs to be and take the plunge and cut a big hole in the floor. Here we go. Right, so hopefully I can find the spacing down here. I think I should be able to. I'm not sure, I think the camera will pick this up, but so I've got screws there and here running across. So that must be my line running across the floor there. And my hatch is going to be cut in here. I should be able to see where the lines are this way as well. So I'll do some measuring, draw a few lines, and keep our fingers crossed that I get it in the right place. At least with timber, if I mess it up, I can glue something back in. I'll try and get some light down there so I can see what I'm doing. Now with the stairs gone, I need the milk crate, the essential milk crate, so I can get in and out of here. Haven't sanded the floor yet. I'll get this marked out first. Do the sanding after I've got all this cut out. So there's my line running across there. If we come back parallel, 460, 360 I should say, 360. Now I've just got to look back through some old photos to try and remember what my spacings were here. Not having much luck finding that, but I know I've got a picture of this section in the intro to my videos, so I'll have a look at that. I just want to double check my spacings across the floor. I'm pretty sure I had I think I had 5 boxes going across, and then from that I can work out the size of each box. I think it was, well, let me see, if we've got 5, let's have a squizzy to make sure that I've got 5 across, and then I'll go from there. Found it. That's the picture I was looking for, so I can just count these boxes across, and as I thought, we've got 5 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. So I know my full width, so I can just divide that by 5 and that'll give me the width of the box. As I said, I think they're all about 480, so that's about yay wide. Not sure what that is in imperial, but 480, so that's actually 480s, almost as wide as that doorway. I should be able to work that out now. So my total width is just under 2400, divide 5 is 480. So if I work on 400 is heaps for a hat. I'll make them 400 wide. Yeah, so that's 15 inches wide, or nearly 16 inches wide for my access hatch to the bilge pump, which is heaps. And running the other way, we're going to be probably about 300, which is, might as well call that 12 inches, just under 12 inches. So 16 by 12, which is a good size access hatch to get to the bilge pump. And it should leave me enough margin to have a nice little border around the hatch like we did in the wheelhouse. There I've got the edges running around that hatch. Nice edge here, instead of just bringing this face to face. I think that'll look better if I've got a little border around it. Even a thin border would be good, just sort of covers up the end grain. It looks like a finished job. So I'll mark that out and hopefully my calculations are right. We'll see. Just got to make sure this is not in the way of the stairs. I think we're out far enough, but I hadn't really thought of that, so. Oh, fingers crossed. Oh yeah, well out of the way, look at that. Yep. I was considering making these stairs a bit steeper to make more room in the saloon for the table when that drops down. And even if I do that, I'm still going to have plenty of room, and I can make the stairs a little bit wider if I want to. just a little bit, so they go on the outside of where that hatch is anyway. So that would be fine. Always something to think about when you're doing this stuff. All right. Well, I think I should be able to cut that out now, and fingers crossed we're in the right place. I've used this one blade in the jigsaw pretty much for the whole job from the start. Pretty coarse blade, but unless I'm doing really fine work, this does a good job. And as I say, I've used it pretty much for the last 3 years on everything, I think. Find myself a double adapter. All right, fingers crossed, everything's in the right spot. See how we go. Scary, drilling holes in the floor. Get this done. I won't be so excited if this is in the wrong place, but I think we're all good. Well, success, there we go. I've got these tubes here and they go through on a curve. Probably can't see because we've got no light there, but they go into the wheelhouse, under the wheelhouse floor, and the same on this side. That way I can have my bilge pump down in here, which is the lowest part of the floor. We've got some PVC tubing with nice 15-degree bends extended for a nice long curve from this pipe here and here, both running through into the wheelhouse, so I can put the outlet for the bilge pump through and my wiring and all that sort of thing. And I thought I'd put one on each side because that way I've got a choice of where I run the bilge pump. We've got the drain holes under here which run all the way along the center of the boat down to the back where there's a bilge pump like this as well. So I've got one at each end, as I explained. And when I was explaining last week about, you know, the shoebox effect, that with a flat bottom boat, that wherever the water goes, that's where the box or the boat is going to lean, somebody quite rightly said to me, well, if you've got a bilge pump at each end in the middle, shouldn't the bilge pumps be in the corners? And that's a really good point, but you would need a lot of water on this floor to have any effect on the boat leaning one way or the other. So any water on this floor, let's say, you know, even a quarter of an inch of water, is going to flow into here and get pumped out. So there's no risk with a boat this size of having the water come in and have the boat lean over to one corner. So having a bilge pump centrally here and down the back, and also one up the front, no problems if somehow we sprung a leak. I don't know how we could get a leak in this boat. The bottom of the hull is 38mm thick, so that's 3 layers of the 12mm ply plus fiberglass and the epoxy. So it actually ends up, you know, the 312's 36, but a couple of mil of epoxy and fiberglass. So you end up about 38mm thick, super strong, as you know, all kind of boxed up in sections, or honeycombing as I call it. So there we go, that's where the bilge pump is going. Now I just have to work out how I'm going to make this little hatch that sits there, and we're good to go. Then I can start putting the floor in. I did my calculations correctly and I've got this in the right place. It's out of the way of the stairs, it's right where the bilge pump's going, large enough, plenty of access to get your hand in there and, you know, play around with the bilge pump, etc. So that's part of the plan that's worked. Right, that is going to work. I'll get these glued in and then it's going to be coffee break. I just do that with the bag to shake the glue all down into the corner. Which, as long as it's a runny mix, that works alright. When it's thicker, it doesn't do much, but... There we go. Should be enough, hopefully. I can't see this having any weight on it, but just for example, I suppose if the stairs had been taken out of place and somebody was standing here, then it needs to be strong, so might as well make it strong while we've got the chance. Don't really want anybody falling through the hatch, and if it was anybody, it'd probably end up being me. Done. Coffee time. Coffee time, coffee time, coffee time. Whew, hot and dusty. Most of those have come out really well. There were two that had some little borer holes in them. I mean, just like pinholes the size of pins, and I could get away with using those if I have to, but hopefully not. And then one board, the last one I put through, has got a split in the middle, so I'll just use him for some small pieces. So there's the result. So that is the main part of my strip plank floor. The other part is going to be, of course, the oak strips, the Tassie oak, and I just got to split those down the middle, and I'll do that on the saw bench. And I want to make sure that they are the tiniest bit thicker than these, because then when I sand, it's okay to sand the little thin strips. I don't want to have to drop the level of the wide planks. So it's getting pretty hot now. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and as you can probably see by me, I'm a little bit hot and flustered. So I think I'll do the oak strips tomorrow. Shouldn't take long, but at least I've got that hatch cut into place now, and these boards done. The hatch will be drying, so that'll be ready for sanding and sorting out tomorrow. And then I have to do these oak strips. Here they are here. So that's these ones. Just got to split those down the middle. Yeah, just have to split those down the middle and make sure that they are just that tiniest bit thicker than the other planks. If they're not, I'll put those planks through again, and I'll just take a smidgen off the top of them. It won't take long, because it'll only be, you know, the tiniest bit, 1/4 of a mil or something. All right, folks, that is it from me in the boat shed today. I think I'm going to go and cool down a little bit and get back in here bright and early tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow is going to be even hotter than today, heading for 37, something like that. So in American terms, or imperial, up towards 100. So I'm pretty pleased that I've got this much done today. As I say, it's about 2 o'clock. I started at 8:30, so it's still a reasonable day. And tomorrow I'll try and get in here at sort of 7:30 in the morning or something nice and early, and get a few hours done before it really heats up. All right, I guess I'll see you in the morning when I'm bright and fresh. See you then. All right, boat lovers, I'm going to end this video now. It's pretty hot this afternoon. It's come in at about 40 degrees Celsius, so around 100, 102 or something Fahrenheit. So way too hot to be in here on the tools. But thanks to everybody for watching. Thank you again for all your comments and kind words. It really helps keep me motivated. Yeah, keep those comments coming. Fantastic, thank you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe The channel's building really fast, which is fantastic. I only started out to do this as a bit of fun, but there's thousands of people around the world watching, and I'm astounded. It's fantastic. So it really inspires me with you guys, with all your comments and watching and everything. It really inspires me to keep going and get this beautiful girl finished. So once again, thank you very much. Nobody guessed my age again this week. Have another go. Yeah, I'll see you guys back in here working on the floor in about a week's time. I'll be in here probably day after tomorrow, but you'll see me in about a week. All right, guys, boat safely, take care, and we'll see you soon.
Come on, come on, come on, come in, come on, come on.